Hello, welcome to this edition of Beside Football Artist. Well, it's a weekend of lots and lots of derbies, from the London derby to Derby della Madonnina. That's the Milano derby. Well, that's where we're going to be starting from, the interesting, exciting derby in the Italian Serie A between AC Milan and Inter Milan. Well, they both share the same venue, but whenever Inter plays at home, it's the Stadio Giuseppe Meazza, and when it is Milan, it's Sassuolo. So Milan, the defending champions, are the host this time around. When these two teams go against each other, it's excitement, tackles, and everything all around. Milan are the defending champions, Inter are the previous champions. But both of them have not started, maybe not the best performance you expect from them, but Milan are fighting hard, they are pushing hard to defend their title. This will be tough. This will be interesting. And we're hearing Inter Milan could be without Romelu Lukaku again for this one. I think it would definitely be a big miss for them. And for AC, Olivier Giroud in good form. Well, for Giroud, you could call it a good form. I think it will be interesting. I think it will be tough. I believe it will either end in a draw or a good win for the home side. And Juventus are going away to take on Fiorentina. Fiorentina defeated them the last time out. Will Juventus fight back this time to win away from home? It will be tough. Jose Mourinho's Roma and Army are going away to take on Udinese. I believe they should do enough to pick up all 3 points in that game. And one of the games people are not focusing too much on is Lazio versus Napoli. That would also be a very exciting game. Lazio last weekend defeated Inter Milan, although Inter Milan got back in midweek. But this time against Napoli, I believe they will do enough to win this game against Napoli, even though as Nigerian, you would want to see men to score in that game. Moving to the Spanish La Liga, there's a game between Real Madrid and Real Betis. Interesting thing is that the Bernabeu, Real Madrid have not scored against Betis in 5 games. You heard it right. 5 games against Real Betis at home. Real Madrid have not scored a single goal. They go away from home and win, or whenever they come back home to Madrid, they do not score against them. They've even lost a few of them. So I think this will be another tough game for Real Madrid. They are expected to score this time around. They are expected to win this time around with the firepower, with the form of Karim Benzema, Vinicius Junior, and the midfield core of Luka Modric and Toni Kroos, and of course the young Tchouameni and the pace of Eddie Valverde and Camavinga. I think Real Madrid will do enough to break that jinx this time around. I believe they will win. I think they will score. I still believe Real Madrid's 100% record will continue. But the biggest game in the Spanish La Liga is between Sevilla and Barcelona. Barcelona have got back to winning ways. They've been hitting goals. Well, they say Lewandowski has been hitting doubles. So I think Barcelona are a strong favorite to win this game. Sevilla want to get their season running, but they've lost to Campos. They've lost their goal, Carlos Diego as well. So it will be interesting, to be tough for them. But don't be shocked, don't be surprised if Barcelona also win this game by scoring lots of goals, because the firepower is too much. Lewandowski is there, Ansu Fati is there, Dembele, Rafinha, Torres. Yes, they've let go of Aubameyang, they've let go of Braithwaite, but they will still not feel those guys. And talking about the front line, you still cannot forget the young midfielders they have in Gavi, Pedri, and also the experience they bring it from Frenkie de Jong, and of course evergreen Sergio Busquets. So I think Barcelona have all it takes to win this one. Their defense is also stronger than what they had last season. Sevilla will play well, Sevilla will fight hard, but I don't see the Sevilla side winning this game against Barcelona. I think it will be a good win, comfortable win for Barcelona. Well, except they get called by the village. But where all the drama, the excitement is, of course, has to be the English Premier League, where there's a London derby between Tottenham Hotspur and Fulham. There's also a London derby between Chelsea and Stamford Bridge against West Ham. I think that's a game people should look out for, because Chelsea have not been the same team. They've been losing games, drawing games. This time around, they are playing against a very, very tricky West Ham United. You don't know the type of West Ham you get. This could be the game to sport them back to the team we saw last season. Chelsea need to win. They must win. They got Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who definitely will still not play this weekend because he's still suffering injuries from the attack he had in the Barcelona. So I think Chelsea need to get back to winning ways. We still don't know what to trust. The defense are not getting themselves together. The midfield are not creative enough. And the front line, led by Kai Havertz, they are not producing the goals. And West Ham United need to get back to, they need to start winning games, or they have just 4 points in their first 5 games. So this will be tough. This could end in another draw. For West Ham United, maybe to be a good draw, but for Chelsea, believing to not be enough for them. And Man City away to Aston Villa, the team that they won the Premier League title against at the end of last season. City are scoring for fun. Ele Brutaland is scoring with ease. This will also be for me another walkover by Man City. It's It'll be tough. Steven Gerrard's Aston Villa have not lived up to the billing, the expectation for this season. I think City will still do enough to win this game. But the biggest game, I think, in Europe for this weekend has to be Manchester United at Old Trafford against Arsenal. This used to be the biggest fixture in England for years, until maybe the last 3, 4, 5 years when both teams have dropped below par. But it feels like the anticipation for this one is higher because Arsenal have 5-5. United have won 3 of their last 3 games. So both teams are coming into this game with good form. Cristiano Ronaldo has Arsenal by the cojones. He has their number, he has their call. He scores against them for fun. This will definitely be exciting. This will definitely be interesting. I don't see the Gunners losing this game. I think both teams will go at each other with pace. Both teams will go at each other with energy. They can score goals. But I think this could end in a score draw. And if any team is picking up all 3 points, I'm sorry, United fans, I think the Gunners may just be the one to pick up the victory. But my heart is going for the win or a draw for Arsenal. But my brain is telling me United are in fine form. This could end in a draw. I think Casemiro will start his first game for United since he joined there. But I believe after 90 minutes, or 92, 93, 90, whatever it will be, I think it's going to be a draw between both sides. So, to the big games in Italy, I think Milan will do enough to beat Inter. I think Juventus will win. I believe Roma will also win. I think Lazio Napoli will end in maybe a draw or a win for the home side. So, the Spanish La Liga, I think Madrid will score their first home goal against Betis in 6 games, and I think the Blancos will also win. Sevilla will have a tough task against Barcelona. I believe the Catalan Giants will win that game as well in Sevilla. I don't see Sevilla picking anything from that game. For Sociedad against Atletico Madrid, I think Sociedad, well, it will be interesting to see Sadio Mane make his debut for the club and maybe cap it up with a win. Atletico has also not been strong. And in England, the London derby between Chelsea and West Ham, I think it will be another draw. And London derby between Fulham away to Tottenham, I think Spurs will do enough to win that game. And so the biggest game this weekend, after 90 minutes, I think it will be a win for Arsenal or a draw. So that's our show for today. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning into this edition of Insight with Bolu Ati Tony Shola. Till we come around another time. Have a beautiful weekend.